Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now? There we go. Welcome in, everyone. I had the wrong microphone selected. It's going to be a little echoey in here. I've been moving some stuff around, as you can see behind me. Um, there is bare floors and bare walls. We're working on my office here. Good to see you all. Let me get the chat open here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. As I scoot into frame. Heads up, I had pneumonia, come to find out. So I'm going to be coughing sometimes. I'm going to do my best to mute the mic when I can. We do have a special announcement, which we will get to. Good to see everyone in here. We have 83 people in chat. Let me know if it's really echoey. I can turn on some echo suppression, echo cancellation stuff. We'll see if that makes it better. Good to see you, Pamela, Callie, East Valley Exotics, Roger Shoemaker, Count Crisper, Don's in here, Jeff Stout, B Woodward, Tank. Hey, good to see you, Tank. Hope you and Wendy are doing well. Of course, Warbot is in here. Fried Potatoes in here as well. Good to see you, Fried. Little Miss Liberty. Sorry if I miss anyone. I'm just scrolling through really quick. Hogged Out 82. Good to see you. Jeff Stout says, hit that thumbs up. There is a little echo. Thank you so much. Let me see. I'm going to click a button here. Echo cancellation. I just turned that on. Hopefully that makes it better. This room is really bad for broadcasting right now. I'm going to apologize. Okay, without any big build-up or anything like that, I'm just going to let the cat out of the bag, per se. I'm just going to get straight into it. Have some news tonight. Some of it is hard news. But there's an evolution, and we're not going away. I did post an announcement a few days ago about the War Watch taking a break, which we did. And man, just, you know what, just to take a step aside. I'm not trying to bury the lead or anything here. Our world, our country is in a difficult spot, folks. We did take the break because of political tension. You can feel it. You know, I'm pretty neutral, right? Politically. I try to stay out of the fray, out of the frenzy both ways. I think both sides are pretty messed up right now, to be honest with you. And I think if we're not careful, if we don't continue to have great conversations, hard conversations, I think we're in a mess for a while. But I do see a light at the end of this, folks. And I'm gonna get back to that. I am definitely going to come back to circle about of what's going on. But I don't want to bury the news here. Just to be straight up of what's going on, my life is pretty busy. This stream is fantastic. Warwatch, fantastic. Our community, all of you, super fantastic. The best, better than I could have ever asked for, right? To have 92 people in here right now to hear me talk about whatever is just bananas. I'm just a random guy. I just started this because I was a nerdy guy into radios, military stuff, and reading the news. All of you came by for the ride, and it was super, super humbling and fantastic. Also going to try not to get choked up. Okay, like I said, this community is going nowhere. Warwatch, unfortunately, will be taking an evolution. It'll be changing a bit. And let's get right into that. So, part of it is political stuff right now. Not going to lie. OS Intelligence political stuff. Unfortunately, military and war and politics, especially right now, go hand in hand, right? That makes it incredibly difficult in the times that we're in to get up and communicate of what's going on and not divide our community. All of you, most of you, do a fantastic job. Our mods do a fantastic job of making sure that we're not divided, right? Outside, out in the real world, people are getting divided. The news is ramping people up. They're getting people wound up honestly, they're getting people wound up like a little remote control toy. That's a really bad analogy, but that's the only thing I can come up with right now. And they're getting people wound up, and they're going to do whatever with that tension. Please don't be one of those people. Here at Warwatch, we cover hard news most of the time, right? We track EAMs and fun technology and stuff like that. But don't let it become overwhelming. Where am I going with this? I'm a bad storyteller. I'm working on that, I promise. Speaking of the tension, the content type that we've been talking about for so long, I didn't think it would bother me. I'm going to be very humble and very vulnerable and talk to you about it straight up, person to person here. I don't think it's mentally healthy day in and day out. I've struggled with it from time to time, right? That's one of the small reasons of expanding Warwatch into and kind of changing it into something else. We're also broadening our horizons, and I promise I'm going to get there to the delivery of what this all is. So, Warwatch. Warwatch is going to be rebranded into something else. We're still going to cover some of our favorite things here. We're still going to cover EAMs as long as the community wants it. We're still going to track flights, but now it's not just military flights. We're going to track interesting flights, military flights. I guess the best way to summarize it really quick before I get into it is we're going to start looking into the unknown. We've been very hyper-focused on war, so the name will change as well, unfortunately. I love Warwatch. I love what we built here together. But we are, with the political tension, with everything that's going on, we are evolving into something where we can kind of talk about other things and not just war. I love bringing the news here. I love talking about and keeping everyone updated on what's going on with war. I think, at least for the foreseeable future, for myself, for all of you, I don't think it's the best. There's a lot of people bringing in good news, some of it very neutral. On the other side of that, to be very honest with you, we kind of skirt around this subject. There are some people out there on YouTube, not going to name any names, who are hyping this up and kind of hyping up different parts of religion. I don't agree with at all. That's for them. That's their own problem. That's their own community problem. I don't want that here. So, here in a minute, I'll take some questions. Amy said food. Yeah, we're definitely going to be talking about food. So, how do I even describe this? It's a process. It's going to be a learning process for all of us. And I do apologize right now. If you were here for just Warwatch news, and that's what we were, so thank you, and you're not ready to go on this journey into the unknown to talk about the unknown, which could be a lot of different things. It could be unknown radio signals. EAMs are mysterious. We might talk about old unsolved mysteries. We might talk about unknown aircraft. We could talk about UFOs. We could talk about some of these space rocks, comets, coming into our solar system here in a few weeks that I'm going to be tracking. But not every night needs to be doom. Sorry, didn't mute my mic in time. I felt myself bringing too much doom, but I'm a person that believes in karma. And I believe in putting good things into the world as well. And I don't feel like I was accomplishing the second part of all of that. I feel like I was just bringing in just the doom. And you know what? It does bring in the views. It does bring in the things that YouTube wants you to bring in, right? It brings in the viewers. It keeps them there, all that. The 24/7 stream, folks, will stay. It's going to be a little bit different, and the things we track are going to be a little bit different. But our core flights and EAMs are definitely going to stay, as long as that's what the community wants. Ian World says buzzer. That's one thing I'd love to look into. So what I'm going to do is talk about, we're going to have the live stream, and then we're going to test some topics, right? I don't know, and I take a lot of going into this. I haven't in a long while, but a long time ago, I used to listen to Coast AM on the radio. Do people still listen to the radio? Radio's still pretty awesome. When you tune in, you might hear about UFOs, or you might hear about something a little spiritual, or you might hear something about a bank robbery that was never solved, right? Again, I don't want to bring doom and gloom every single night, even though that's needed. That is definitely needed, and there's channels out there that do that, and they do it well. And you know what? We did it really well. So I'm squirrel all over the place tonight. I do apologize. We're going to have the 24/7 stream, and we are going to have live streams. I will figure out that schedule, and we'll figure out what we're doing. Moving forward, I would love to have a call-in show. If you want to call in and talk about that night's topic, or maybe in open lines. I'm not going to duplicate Coast to Coast AM if you've listened to it before, but I think it's an awesome platform, and it opens us up. If something's happening in the world, war-wise, we can definitely talk about it, but it's not going to be a day in, day out thing. So going back to what I was talking about, people getting wound up. I felt that happened to me, and that's why I paused War Watch for a few days. I did not want to come on here and give you my opinion and facts and what's going on with all the stuff in the world right now, like a million other people. Listen to any of them, and you would have the same comments, the same reviews of what's going on. I don't want to be just another voice of that. There's plenty of places to listen to that. Thank you, Kiki. Kiki, you said we missed you. Thank you so much. What have I not covered? Oh, yeah. So I was going to talk about being wound up. Something I noticed within myself, and you can only answer this for yourself, when you're watching stuff about war or watching something intense on YouTube, be it the news or whatever, you get a little bit of an adrenaline dump. Sometimes you get a little bit of that chemical in your brain that's like, oh, little dopamine rush, right? So yes, that's good for views. That's good for return views. I don't want to have a sustainable content that's just based off doom. So I am bowing out of that. but would love to keep the community. And if you want to join us on that evolution, I would love to have you come join us for that ride. I've thought about in the last few days of everything. I was like, do we keep Warwatch? Do we just end it here? My best thing that I could come up with, and I'm just speaking straight from the heart tonight, folks. The best thing I can come up with is I love hanging out with all of you in this community. It's super great. Best way moving forward is to expand our horizons a bit and have something where we're not just talking about the same thing every night. Even though that thing, war, there's always something happening, especially right now. I mean, this feels like tense moments, and I do apologize. Things are getting very intense, and I don't want to feel like I'm failing you in bringing that stuff. I'm letting you know personally, I don't think I'm the right person to bring it to you. Huge shout out also to Strife and Swiller. Both those gentlemen did a fantastic job up here helping me out. There was a lot of times behind the scenes. Both those gentlemen were doing a fantastic job of helping out with it was cameras or information or news. Those guys are great buddies and will continue to be. But I'm not demanding anyone come over to the new evolution. For right now, calling the new whatever we're doing, the mystery, the unexplained, we're going to call it Static Shift. Will be the name. So Warwatch will be turning into Static Shift very shortly. I'm working on some stuff this weekend. Let me see if I can get the logo up here. 1 second. And then you know what? I'll just chill and talk and answer questions. I'm open to all questions. I'm open to feedback. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Warwatch was awesome. Warwatch was my dream. It's my fault, and I could not continue with it every single night. That's on me. I know there's some chats going on, and I will catch up with those in just a second, I promise. And trying to figure out how to show a logo here, maybe. Give me just a second. It's uploading. Okay, so sorry, I'm still recovering from pneumonia. Apologize. So here's the in progress logo so far. Static Shift. When you see that on YouTube, if you are continuing this journey with us, with this community, we'd love to have you again. But that's what the logo is going to look like. In case you see that come up on YouTube, you're like, oh, what the heck is that? I never subscribed to that. That's what it is. You're going to see me on there. The 24/7 stream will continue on there as well. And you know what? Let's just go to questions real quick. Comments, questions, shout outs. If you're piecing out from the channel, from the community, I love you. That's great. Well, it's not great, but we had such a great time here. I understand the moving to a new niche, moving to a different genre. That's not for everyone. Maybe the unknown is not for you, and that's okay. But I just want to let you know the time we had here, the time we spent together was super fantastic. And I don't have a script tonight. I don't have notes. I'm just saying all this from the heart. This is by far better than I could have ever imagined. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank you so much. Flavors Forest, welcome in. Let's see here. Rogers Shoemaker, I've seen UFOs a couple. Heck yeah. So let's see here. Okay, so if you have questions, comments, if you don't, that's fine too. Again, possibly this weekend, and or at least by the beginning of next week, we're going to have a live stream up and going. I'm shooting for some time tomorrow, but I also have to redo this office here, so the servers will be unplugged. I need some time to work on it. Right away, things aren't going to be much different as far as like EAM tracking, flight tracking, chatting in the chat and all that stuff. And this will be kind of a new journey, but we're not starting from scratch. We have learned so much. I have learned so much from all of you. I have learned so much in doing War Watch. I've done video production and live production for quite some time, but I have learned a tremendous amount from this community and doing War Watch. I started this not being able to speak coherently. I still can't, but being able to speak into a mic and on a camera to I feel very comfortable coming up here and talking with all of you. It's pretty second nature now. I'm not very good at it yet. I have a long ways to go, but I enjoy doing it. Jeff Stout, is Discord coming with? Yes, there's definitely going to be some restructuring. You know what? Actually, this is a good question. I was wondering, for the War Watch community, this might be a better idea. Let me know what you think. Leaving War Watch as it is on Discord. I don't want to split the communities, but maybe War Watch can live on forever in Discord. And maybe there'll be a channel in there, or maybe both channels can live in the same Discord, or maybe we need a new Discord. I'm not sure of that yet. I'm very open to feedback and stuff like that. But that would be good. I just got a private message from Swiller. Swiller sends his warmest regards and a big thank you. Swiller was a huge help here on the channel, and he gives his love and regards tonight. If you're now just joining in, we are rebranding War Watch, and we're going to start streaming 24/7 and having live streams regarding, excuse me, a variety of topics, mostly having to do with like the unknown. EAMs are unknown, unknown flights, UFOs, paranormal, kind of where the community takes us, right? And that might take a little bit of time finding our direction. This gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit about what we're currently talking about, but expand our horizons so we're not just talking about who got bombed last night, which city is getting invaded right now. I think I have a little bit more to offer than just that. And just recapping for people that weren't here, I'm not sure if I can stream that 24/7, and that's just being completely honest. Kiki, can we get notifications when you go live? You should. Make sure that I know you're subscribed. I think there's a bell notification you have to turn on to get notified when we go live. On Discord, however that ends up at the end of the day, or when we rebrand, I'll make sure we do a better job of announcing when we're going live and maybe having a live schedule. I'm not sure. Nick Shed, still including EAMs. Yes, EAMs are part of the unknown. There's a big mystery there. EAMs will stay. That was definitely a staple. Flight tracking will definitely stay. But it won't just be military aircraft. It'll be interesting aircraft as well. So we are changing over from War Watch into static shift. Excuse me. I'm over the pneumonia, but I still have crud in the lungs, so I do apologize. Roger Shoemaker, this is a great question. You could set up a 24/7 telescope view of the 3i Atlas for the time. That is a fantastic idea. And also, I learned today of a comet coming in the next few weeks that's going to go really close to Earth. And we're going to talk about this soon. It's 100 times bigger than 3i Atlas. And it's going to be 0.26 AUs from Earth. The sun to Earth is 1 AU, astronomical unit, roughly 1. And this is 0.26. No impact expected, but we're going to be talking about this. This is very strange to have two objects come into our solar system this close together, this close to Earth. And again, this is the unknown, and this is what we're going to be talking about. Like I said, this gives us a little bit more freedom, a little bit more wiggle room to talk about all these things. There's a lot going on other than war, and I'm here for it, and I hope you are too. Nick Shed, we will be streaming 24/7 still. That will not be going away. I love popping in here when I can, on my lunch break or whatever, and saying hi to everyone. That makes my day. The 24/7 stream, EAMS flight tracking, and some new kind of maps and new kind of, like what was just said here, maybe a tracker of 3i Atlas and stuff like that. We're going to evolve into that. We're going to be shifting into that. But our core EAM, I'm a radio nerd. Maybe during a live stream, we'll continue every once in a while. We'll scan through, like what I started doing when I started this. We'll scan through and find very interesting signals all over the radio bands. We'll check out ham radio. We'll check out the buzzer. We'll check out EAMs. We'll check out ghost signals. There's a lot going on in just radio, but we're going to explore a whole bunch of different things, and I'm open to ideas there. Roger Shoemaker, like that video of a Hellfire missile bouncing off that UAP. I would love to talk about that. I would love to show the video of that. That's a great topic of discussion. No, that's great, Ian. I'm not trying to sell, but if you like the War Watch stuff, Enforcer has a great channel to watch. I agree. There are some great people out there streaming the defense news, the war news. I would just say, and Ian's right. For what I know, the Enforcer does a great job. I would be very careful because without naming names, there's some people out there that I think are just beating the war drums just to get people in there and some donations, to be honest with you. Pretty upsetting to me. Kiki, would you like guest interviews? I would love guest interviews, and I would love open lines, like topical. Not open lines, topical lines, like if we're having UFO night, call in and give us your UFO thoughts, opinions, stories, that kind of stuff. And maybe we do have an open line night. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm so sorry for coughing around the mic. Roger Shoemaker, what do you think of agenda-free TV? I think, to be honest with you, currently, that is one of the best places for news happening right now. I love agenda-free TV. He is absolutely killing it in a good way. Super amazing. Flavors Forest, you can be the new Art Bell. You know what? Art Bell had some big shoes, but if I could create a live stream that was 10% as cool as Coast to Coast with George Norrie or what Art Bell did, That would be something. That would be really something. I mean, we've joked about that off and on for the last 12 months. And that would be really something. So again, we're lightening the mood a little bit. We're going to be talking about the unknown, which doesn't always have facts, right? It's more of like what you feel, kind of what you think. It's a little bit more of here's what's going on. We don't know maybe, but I think that's really interesting, and I'd love to look into all of these topics with all of you. If you're willing to make the move with us, we'll be making some announcements. We'll let you know when it's going live. Like I said, hopefully this Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I would love to get that stream going up again. But I just wanted to come up here and be honest with all of you. I don't want you in the dark about anything and wondering like what's going on with Frost. Is he okay? Is Warwatch okay? I just want to come on here and from the heart just tell you exactly what's going on and how I feel. Roger Shoemaker, I love a good mystery. So before we end this, questions, comments, thoughts? Opinions? Again, I'm recapping because I see people joining in here. For right now, it'll be static shift, and it's going to be 24/7. But I will do some live streams, and we will figure out a good schedule, and we will do our best to schedule some lives. I'll do my best to schedule some lives and come up here and discuss what we're finding, talk with all of you, get some phone calls happening, and I would love some more community engagement for those that you don't have to be on camera, that wouldn't mind calling in, getting on a mic, asking questions, sharing stories. A real Art Bell vibe is what I'm looking for. You know, he was one of the greats, and I definitely would love that. Static shift coming here in just a few days. Count Crispers X. I want to get a Warwatch operator hat next week in case you rebrand the merch, but yeah, I will be getting one. Hey, like I said a long time ago, we don't make hardly anything on those. We make like $1 or $2. But those are, if you go to warwatchintel.com and click on the merch, those are still available right now. The logo will be changing. The name will be changing. I won't be taking down the merch store anytime like in the near future. So if you all ever wanted a Warwatch hat just for just to have one, I'm not wearing mine tonight, but they are super awesome. I love that logo. And again, please give me some ideas of what you want for Discord. Keep Warwatch separate and keep it going so Warwatch can live on forever throughout the Discord. I know this is hard news for some. And if you are not moving over, I understand, and I really appreciate your time, your effort, and all the good times we had. Kiki asks, this is a great question, Kiki. Do we need to resubscribe or will we be transferred over? All the memberships, all the subscriptions, all that stuff on YouTube will switch over. The technicalities of it, we're just changing the name and the logo, and I'm changing how the server part works. Nothing on your end will have to change. The only thing that you're going to have to change is when you see us go live or see the live up on the 24/7, it'll have a different logo and a different name. But I'll make another announcement when that's going live. Because I'm sure not, I mean, we have almost 9,500 subscribers. And not everyone could make this live tonight. So I'm going to do Discord blast. I'm going to at everyone, and I'll make some posts on X. I'll make some posts on Discord, on YouTube, and we'll do our best once we get closer to the relaunch date here in just a few days of letting everyone know what's going on. But I just wanted to come up here tonight and be very transparent, very honest with all you. It's been a wild ride. It's been great. It's been awesome. I've learned so much. And I learned a lot about my weaknesses of, honestly, people like Lookner can do the hard news day in and day out. It took a toll on me. It took a toll on me big time. I'm not going to lie. And I think this last week was the last straw that kind of tipped me over the edge, where I just had to take a few days. Not gonna lie, this week was extremely hard. Roger Shoemaker says, "Can't wait for the call-ins." Hey, me neither. I can't wait as well. Little Miss Liberty has an idea. Yes, keep Warwatch separate on a Discord is my vote. Little Miss Liberty, I will keep that in mind. I'm kind of leaning that way of keeping Warwatch Intel separate so that can live on its own in its own Discord. And maybe Static Shift can have its different Discord for all the mysteries and unknown. And we can leave Warwatch to continue to grow just on Discord alone. If that happens, I will probably be opening up the VIP Discord to everyone? Question mark. It might not be moderated, so I'm not sure. I'll check into the policies on that for Discord. You can definitely prepare to see some changes on Discord after this week's events, definitely, and where some of that communication was coming from. Not that it had anything to do with Warwatch or entities, but Discord is massively used by a lot of different people. So I bet you there's some more security, some more monitoring, some more moderation kind of stuff happening. That's just a guess. I'm not sure. Thank you. And yeah, mods will be refreshed, but anyone that wants to be a mod, let me know. Mods, if you want to continue on our journey with us to the next one, give me a shout out. Love to have you over there. Callie has always been super great. Huge shout out to Callie. Callie has helped us grow, has been such a legend and warrior in chat for us. Keeping this place civil. We've had a lot of great mods, so many that I can't think in here. We've had Dawn, Fried Potatoes, so many awesome mods that keep that political divide at bay, right? Keep this is the internet, folks. The internet in 2025 is sometimes a nasty place, but our mods do such a good job of keeping it clean and civil and polite and welcoming, right? So welcoming. Fried Potato says, Callie is the GOAT. And if you don't know what that means greatest of all time. Callie is super awesome. I'm the person you hear all the time on the stream, but Callie is a lot of the glue that keeps the chat together, as well as a lot of our mods. So thank you so much. Again, this is going to be a journey. This is going to be a refresh, and I hope we all, if you want to join us on this, which I hope you do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lighthearted. It's most of the time, and it's going to be an experience. It's not going to be perfect, like anything that I've ever made. It's not going to be perfect day one. Warwatch 12 months in, 14 months in, isn't perfect. But I'm very excited for what's next. This is our next step in this journey, and I am personally super excited to see what we do. Master Sergeant T, welcome back. Good to see you. T, I'm going to give you the really fast recap. I'll be sending out a message. Warwatch is expanding her horizons. We're rebranding into not just covering war. We're going to be covering the unknown. We're still going to keep flights, tracking of all kind, EAMs, but also the unknown, maybe paranormal, maybe UFOs. We're not going to cover war 24/7 anymore. So the new name will be Static Shift. Here is the logo. I'm going to put it on the screen for anyone just joining in right now, like T. If I can find it. Here we go. This will be the logo right now, at least to look for when we do go live. Static Shift, which is pretty heavy. Not heavy. It's multi-layered. There's a lot of different meanings to that, which we'll get to over time. But that's what we're evolving into. The Swiller says, Warwatch was pretty close, bro. Perfect. Well, T, like I said, we're going to be relaunching the 24/7 stream here on Sunday, Monday maybe, depending. I have to get my office back together here, doing some redecorating, new stuff on the walls, floors, stuff like that. But hoping to get that live stream up. Like I said, Saturday, Sunday, Monday is my goal. Our new name will be Static Shift. And again, I'm open to any comments, feedback, thoughts, experiences. Are you excited for the new channel? Are you excited for the unknown? Were you just here for just the war news? And if you were, that's totally okay. It's totally okay. I'm super happy that you were here. I had a great time. Never did I ever think I was going to be a streamer. Never did I ever think I would be covering that much war news, but I am very excited for the mysteries coming soon. And again, if there's huge news, we're not going to ignore it. We'll talk about it. We are going to stay away from politics right now. We are going to keep our head down for politics, and that is one of the few reasons of changing this right now. Is there's a lot of people feeding you politics right now. There's a lot of people trying to sway you in politics or wind you up. I don't want any part of that. I want nothing to do with that. And you know, that might make me an L7 weenie. That might make me like a bowing out or backing down. I am. I want nothing to do with the madness that is happening right now in politics. Nothing to do with it. I want to have a community that I'm excited to get on here and share and solve mysteries together, like Scooby and the gang. Kiki says, you found your passion and purpose. Hey, thank you so much. I am very excited. And to be honest with you, I am very sad. Today, doing this live stream was really hard. I'm going to be very honest with you. The Warwatch community had grown to far exceed my expectations. And I loved Warwatch. I'm going to miss some people. I know not everyone's going to move over. I hope you do, but not everyone will. And yeah, I mean, this was my baby for quite some time, but we are evolving. We're not giving up, and the community's not going anywhere. Most of us. So yeah, I'm up here rambling. We'll give it a few more minutes here in chat, and then I'm going to get some dinner, watch a show. I'm pretty much fully recovered from pneumonia, a lingering cough that's lasting forever. And then I'm going to put some work into Static Shift. Static Shift needs a new bot built from scratch. It needs a new layout for the stream. Again, we are keeping EAMs. We're keeping flight tracking, but not just military, all interesting aircrafts. But we're expanding our horizons into mysteries and unknown. Callie says, what about the title, Looking for a New Suspect? I refreshed that, and it might not have refreshed that on the stream. It was supposed to say special announcement. So big apologies if it still is talking about something that was an old title that YouTube reused. That's totally my fault. I probably didn't update that in time. Count Crisper says, this is going to be great. I respect it, brother. Hey, I respect you. And again, thank you so much for the opportunity. Sorry. Thank you for the opportunity and the time and the investment of allowing me to come up here and just share my thoughts, my experiences, my voice with all of you. If you give me the opportunity as we evolve here, I would love to continue to do it again. Master Sergeant T says, Rosie? I don't know. Maybe Rosie will make a reappearance over in the Static Shift. Swiller, thank you for all the support and positivity. Hey, thank you, Swiller. Swiller and Strife have done so much for Warwatch, as all of our mods have as well. All of you, I mean, the flight tracking, all of that, EAMs, headers, some of that will continue. But all of you, this information came from all of you. This was a community effort. Yeah, I made the back end and attempted to code and break stuff all the time. But this community was all of you. So big thanks to all of you. I didn't see this. Woodward, Super Chat, 777. Presenting static news beyond the mainstream media, keeping the Intel peeps abreast. Hey, thank you, Woodward. Thank you so much for the support, and thank you for the awesome chat there and possible ideas. I love that. Thank you. The mods here are so chill. I agree, Roger. And Callie giving us a salute. So again, it's going to be different. Change is hard. This is hard on me too. But I think if I had to be just personal for a second and think about me, which I need to do more of a little bit, I think this will be easier on me. I think it'll let me spend some more time on the channel. I had a hard time towards the end of Warwatch bringing you the tough news. And that's just me. That's just being honest. New emojis too. Yes, Travis. We will revamp and bring you new emojis. There's going to be some new features. A lot in mind. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to ideas. Let's launch this into the stratosphere. I don't know, BH, that's a really good name. The bot should be named Velma. That's... You know what? I like that. So one last time, I know I've been a brokered record. We're going to keep our foundations of radio. our foundations of flights, EAMs. But we're going to do a lot of new exploring, and I'm super excited. Travis, Coast of Coast vibes got me dreaming. Man, you know what? I haven't listened to Coast, but I might need to turn it on soon and get some inspiration. I don't know anymore, but Coast to Coast used to just make me super happy to listen to, and it gave me so many ideas and so many good times of listening and trying to figure out these mysteries and just the fun of it, you know? I'd like to bring that energy. We'll see. I need some inspiration from Art Bell, George Nori. I don't know who's doing it anymore. I'll go back and listen to some old stuff. And you know what? Maybe we'll do a little bit of looking into, for the people that know or don't know, who was Art Bell? Art Bell was a pretty great guy. The Swiller says, need to channel the inner Art Bell. I agree. Couldn't agree more. BH, dive into the New Jersey drones. Exactly. So I've always wanted to check these things out and talk about it in this community setting, but the War Watch focus never really allowed me. I never felt comfortable doing so. I wanted to keep it hyper focused, hyper niche. Even though I'm a squirrel, I never felt comfortable going off into those topics. But now, when we have something we want to look at, 3i Atlas, this new comet, New Jersey drones, and headlines that have to do with the unexplained or unknown or unsolved mysteries, or going back and talking about stuff that happened 20 years ago that's still unsolved, or maybe that was solved. The opportunities are endless and not always doom orientated, and that makes my heart happy, and I hope it makes you happy too. Darren, hey all, did Art Bell have the late night radio show in Vegas? Yes, Coast to Coast AM. I'll guarantee you, I'm learning, but I don't think anyone can hold a candle to the voice of George Nori or Art Bell. My goodness. Some radio champions there. Well, folks, I don't know if I can continue, or if anyone wants to listen to me loop and talk about the same things over and over. So I think we'll end it there. Just know the live stream will be coming back very soon. And that's only limited to because I have to redo this room that I'm currently in right now. That's very echoey. The live stream will be coming back as soon as that is up and ready to go. Flooring and the walls are redone and all that fun stuff. I'm excited to get back and chat and talk with everyone. And I'm very excited to take our new journey. And thank you for allowing me to continue to do so. I appreciate all of you. If you're not going on the journey, it was a fun trip. And I can't wait to see where this heads to. It's going to be an exciting time. Thank you so much. I'm Frost, and we'll see you here in a day or two. Much love. Everyone have a fantastic night. Your friends, your loved ones, all of them, your family, give them a shout, give them a call, give them a big hug this week. I think everyone's having a hard time or a stressful time or can feel the tension. So be extra nice to those people around you and have a fantastic night. Much love.